Hello, boys and girls. Let me turn this around. Hi, I'm Mrs. McAdams, and welcome to summer camp, our virtual summer camp, The Wonderful World of Eric Carle. So I wanted to just send you a quick video to say hello. Mrs. Leghorn and I are so excited to have you for the week next week. We're going to be doing lots of fun things. We're going to be doing crafts, and we're going to be making some fun food and playing games and reading stories. So, and every morning we're going to get on Zoom together so we can see each other before we get to all of those videos or those fun activities. So I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm going to show you the books we're going to be reading this week, and I'm going to show you what's inside your bag. Your parents are going to be stopping by, and you might be too, my house tomorrow to pick up your bag of goodies. And these are all the things that you'll need this week to do crafts. And then Mrs. Leghorn will also be adding a bag of other items in there that you'll need for food and for games. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around. Here we go. You're still going to hear me. There we are. And let me show you the books we're going to do this week. All right, so our first book on Monday will be The Mixed Up Chameleon. These are all by Eric Carle. He's a wonderful, wonderful author and illustrator. So then on Tuesday, we're going to be doing The Grouchy Ladybug. And then Wednesday, we're going to read one called Mr. Seahorse. Isn't he beautiful? And then on Thursday, The Very Busy Spider. And on Friday, A House for Hermit Crab. All kinds of fun things we're going to read. All right, so I'm going to prop my phone up back here so that you can see what I have here. Let me move this forward so you don't see the funny pillow. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come around in front of the camera. All right, that's a little bit crooked. Oops, sorry, there's my finger. That happens a lot when Mrs. McAdams does videos. Okay, here we go. All right, so when you come by to get your bag, it will look something like this. There'll be a letter here. This has already gone home to your parents. Your name will be on it. This is Alex Dwyer's bag, so Alex will pick up this one tomorrow. Now, there'll be some other things in here from Mrs. Leghorn. Let me just show you what's going to be in your bag for me. So, very carefully, you want to take these things out carefully. So, there is a big pile of different papers, and you'll see there's some long ones in there. We don't want to fold those. And then there is a bag, a whole bunch of goodies in here. And some goodies in here. All right, so all the things in here are things you will need to make the crafts that I'm going to do, and you also need to make sure you have some Elmer's glue, a glue stick, and some magic markers. Okay? All right, but you won't need paints because we're providing you with some watercolor paints. So that's one of the things in your bag. And then inside this little bag are all kinds of great things. And you want to make sure you keep everything inside this bag. And as the week goes on, just pull out the things you need because you don't want to lose track of some of these pieces or you won't be able to do the craft. So this little thing is actually going to be a little container you can put water in when you're getting ready to paint with your watercolors. Okay? And this will also be used for a special water and glue mixture that we're going to make when we do one of our crafts this week. Okay? All right. Now, what else is in here? Of course, to go along with that watercolor set, you will have a paintbrush. Okay? And there are also 2 bags inside your bag. One bag has a whole bunch of cut up pieces of tissue paper. Okay? And then one other bag has a whole bunch of these little sequins in it, shiny little sequins. We're going to use these for 2 projects, not just one. So when we do the first project, we're only going to use half, and then we'll do the other half. Okay? All right. Ooh, you also are going to have your own pack of crayons coming to you. Now, if you have a sibling, meaning a brother or sister who's doing this camp with you, you might just have one pack of crayons in your bag. That means the 2 of you can share. Okay? All right, so new crayons, there's nothing better than new crayons, isn't it? All right, you're also going to have 2 of these funny arrows, a blue one and a red one, and they have holes in them. We'll figure out why they have holes in them later in the week. All right, you will also in this bag have a black piece of paper where you're going to see a circle on it we're going to be cutting that out, but don't do it yet. Wait until we get to that project. All right, you will also have one black pipe cleaner. Okay, a little short one like that. And then you will have, oh, this looks funny. Wonder what that is. That's actually going to be the head for one of our projects, so don't lose that. And then you will have one thing of sticky eyes. These are all like stickers, and they're all different eyes. You can see you can match them up to the right one. There's 3 pairs, which means 3 sets of 2. And then you also have 3 of these fun big googly eyes. They're not sticky. That's one of the things we'll need the Elmer's glue for. Then you're going to have a really interesting instrument. It looks like, well, it's like a big giant toothpick, but it just has the swab or the white part on one end. This is actually the end we're going to use for a very special project coming up on Thursday. So hold on to that. Make sure that you don't use it for anything else. And then finally, you're going to have a few of these little gold things. They almost look like nails. They're called brads. Now we're only going to need 2, but I put 3 in your bag just in case you happen to lose one, because you're really going to need these. And if you didn't have all the ones you needed, the project wouldn't look and wouldn't work the way it's supposed to. So there's 3, we only need 2, but there's an extra in there just in case. Okay, so those are all the items in the small bag. And then in your pile, and I have put the papers in order, okay? These are the papers we're going to be using in order this week. Our first book that we're reading is The Mixed Up Chameleon. So these are the papers on top that we'll be using for the chameleon. Now that head in here, that's going to be the head to your chameleon. There it goes, okay? There's going to be a lot of things we're going to cut out, a lot of things we're going to glue. There's going to be a few things we're going to ask your moms and dads to help maybe cut out that might be a little bit too complicated, but we're going to be getting those good cutting skills to work. So this is one of the papers that we need for the chameleon. All right, this is an extra one that I'm sending home just for fun, but we'll talk about that one in a second. All right, then for Tuesday's project for the grouchy ladybug, you're going to need this one. Bet you know what that looks like, huh? And you'll need this one, and you'll notice, oh, that one has holes in it. So make sure we don't cut those holes. We'll talk about that one. That's for the grouchy ladybug. I bet you can tell what that one's for. Mr. Seahorse, of course. That's going to be for our seahorse project. Ooh, as is this piece of paper. You can see it's got some lines on it. So I'll tell you what we're going to do with that on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're using this very special piece of paper. Now, there's a black piece of paper inside of here. But the reason it's inside this white paper is because we don't want anything to rub on this. This is a very special kind of paper. Now, pre-K kids who had me this past year, Aspen and Alex and Olivia, you're going to recognize this paper as something we used when we learned about space. Okay, so you have to be very careful with this. You want to just keep it inside there and just keep it protected. That's going to be Thursday when we talk about the busy spider. And then on Friday, we're going to use this fun one when we talk about the hermit crab, and we're going to need this red piece of paper also. Okay, and then all of these things in the small bag will go with these bigger projects. These 2 big pieces of paper, one is going to be used on the day we do the seahorse, and one is going to be used on the day we do the hermit crab. And you can probably guess why. They're going to look like the water that those creatures are going to be inside of. Okay, so that's everything that's coming from me, from Mrs. McAdams. Mrs. Leghorn will put another bag in here before you come and pick them up tomorrow with some fun things for you for either games or some fun things she's going to show you how to make to eat. Okay, so that's everything that's in your bag. Oh my goodness, we can't wait to see you Monday morning on Zoom. That will be our first time that we get to meet. And then we'll meet every day on Zoom so we can see what kind of crafts you made. So exciting, and hear about what you liked about the things that you're going to eat. So it's wonderful to see you all, and we'll be back together again first thing on Monday. Okay, I'm going to come around and turn off my camera. So I'm going to say goodbye from now from Mrs. McAdams and Mrs. Leghorn, and we will see you on Monday.